Your Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Chikage Wendler.
To all the moms out there, including mine, happy Mother's Day. Now, we are going to be dodging some storm chances and can't rule out some severe. Here's a look at your Sunday forecast. And here we are. It is official. A weather alert for late afternoon through this evening. Reason being, our severe weather threat is increasing, and indications are that the cap, that lid on the atmosphere that I was worried might or might not break, indications are that cap is extremely weak, which means storms are becoming increasingly likely. So make sure you have multiple ways of getting watches, warnings, and advisories. Giant-sized hail can't be ruled out later on this evening. Temperature-wise, just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 86 degrees, a heat index of 91. We saw a couple of showers and isolated non-severe thunderstorms roll through earlier this Mother's Day morning, but now we're getting to the core of our severe weather threat with this latest stormy stretch. For today, Austin in a risk level 2 that is increased from earlier when it was just a level 1 threat, now in a slight risk. I'll dive in on the specifics in a moment. For your Monday, Austin in a risk level 1, but in the hill country, a slight risk where again, hail could be a major issue. And then on Tuesday, area-wide, a level 1 severe thunderstorm risk. All right, here's what to expect for the rest of your Sunday. It is hot. It is humid. You can tack on about 3 or 4 degrees to the actual temperature for how it feels. Severe thunderstorm risk late. I have upped the rain chance to 40% with those scattered showers and storms expected to develop right around 4 o'clock Northwest Hill Country and rolling off toward the north and south and east as we get through. By about 1 a.m., the last of the storms pushing east of Fayette County. So please be weather aware. Here's a look at those temperatures. 86 Austin, feeling like 91. 87 LaGrange, feeling like 94. This is air you can wear, and it's also moisture that will supply and fuel those storms in a very increasingly unstable environment. Very gusty winds as well, pulling in those southerly areas of warmth and moisture. Peak wind gusts not quite as high as yesterday. That too could change. If we see any of these severe thunderstorms fire, we could potentially get into a situation where we do see damaging wind gusts. Rain chances for today, I'm now at 40%, dropping to 30% for your Monday, 80% Tuesday, and 70% chance on Wednesday. So be ready for multiple rounds of storms, and along the way, we could pick up anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe some isolated higher pockets possible. Here's a closer look at the specifics for today. Between 4 p.m. and around midnight, areas in yellow, that's that slight risk, scattered severe thunderstorms, level 2 out of 5. Main threats hail at least 1 inch in diameter, possibly 2 inches in diameter, winds 60 plus miles per hour. Not a primary threat, but can't rule out an isolated tornado. So a 2% risk in effect in areas shaded in green. As for the severe hail outlook, that is the biggest concern. Definitely, if you have an opportunity to make sure you have your car in a garage, you can protect anything that could get dinged up by hail, go ahead and make those precautions now. The hatched area basically represents where very large hail, talking giant-sized hail, something we've seen multiple times this season, may yet again develop. Supercell thunderstorms also could bring some damaging winds. So a 15% threat for the Austin area through the hill country east toward Milam County, a 5% for those of you in southern Bastrop, southern Caldwell, parts of Caldwell, as well as Fayette counties. Then we look ahead to tomorrow. Not quite as dire a situation. The storm's not quite as strong, but we are in a 2% tornado risk for tomorrow, a 5% hail risk, and a 5% high wind risk. However, those of you in the hill country, you're yet again in the giant hail zone as well as the higher 15% wind zone. So be ready for that as well. Dew point sets that measure of moisture. Look, 70-degree dew point. It is miserable out there. Off to the north and west, that's where the cold front is. This cold front will basically provide the lift for storms to fire, something that's already happening up in North Texas. And that cap, that lid on the atmosphere, so weak that the storms are expected to rapidly intensify. So please be on guard. Here's what may develop. High resolution computer model, and I do not like this one little bit. 4:30, we're pretty quiet, basking in sunshine. By 6 o'clock, though, already seeing some storms pop up. Some may be near Bastrop County, others to the Northwest Hill Country. Look what happens by about 8 o'clock. Multiple areas, anytime you see those magenta fuchsia colors, that could be consistent with large hail. Possibly by about 8 o'clock. We could have multiple supercell thunderstorms dropping hail along the way. Llano, Blanco, Burnett, Williamson counties. Then as we head toward 9, 10 o'clock, pushing farther to the south and east. So the Austin area around 10 and 11 could still be dealing with potential severe hail. Everything fading out by about 2 a.m. And again, this is just the first round in what will be multiple rounds of potential severe storms. Possible rain. It's going to vary widely. Some areas may not get the storms. Others may get slammed with 2+ inches of rain, so they're not a primary threat. We'll also have to keep in mind the potential of seeing some flooding, especially given how much rain we had the last week, which has pretty much alleviated the drought conditions east of Highway 281. So this will be more drought relief, but it also could get us in a situation where there may be some minor flooding, something to keep in mind. And you know the rules, turn around, don't drown. Monday planner, 67 at 8 a.m. I now think the cold front that I was kind of concerned might kind of linger over our area. Looks like the front's going to slide to our south, but be close enough that we do keep in those storm chances. I've dropped the high temperature for Monday down to 81. Some indications are that may even be too warm. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for Monday, for tomorrow. Starting out on a cloudy, coolish note, the front likely to our south right around San Marcos or so, 7 in the morning. It drops farther to the south or maybe kind of close to our area, which is interesting because you can see this particular computer model has 90s to the south and east and only in the 60s in places like Burnett. So if that front waffles nearby or just to our south, we are going to be in a situation where storms could fire and we could see with that clash of the air masses more difficult severe weather conditions, as you can see between about 4 and 6 p.m., especially through the hill country, and then working toward the east by about 8 o'clock. So most likely corridor of time for concern on Monday will be afternoon into evening yet again. Not done yet. Tuesday, northeast winds behind the cold front, still more storms potentially even during the daytime hours. And then there could be additional rain that moves through on Wednesday. So honestly, as far as rainfall totals, computer model projections are kind of all over the place, but they all suggest that there may be some healthy areas of 1 to 2 inches widespread, possibly as much as 3+ inches in isolated pockets. Temperature-wise, also all over the place, contingent on that front. But I do think it's likely we may only see highs in the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday and then start to bump back up again. Temp outlook May 17th through 23rd, warmer than average. And then we get to average precipitation. So maybe the stormy stretch we've been contending with all season might let up a little bit. Please stay weather aware. Download that CBS Austin weather app so you can keep up with all the storms as they develop. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Evening, strong to severe thunderstorms, a weather alert as the cold front pushes through. High temperatures in the low 90s, then storms fade for a bit on Monday before redeveloping afternoon to evening, right around 81 degrees. Tuesday, more showers and storms possible, heavy rain possible. Wednesday, in the morning especially, and then starting to subside. We should see a couple of dry days as we end the upcoming week, but then more storms possible as we head into next weekend. You are all caught up. Please tune in tonight to CBS Austin, 5:30 and 10 p.m. Greg Pollock is his last day. He's been such a great help for us from San Antonio. He will be in to keep you safe and ahead of the storms. Take care.